So we need to go through the hot shelter, and this is probably Amy's best level in the game. It's actually her longest level.
Yeah.
Like, her third level's easier than the second level, and shorter. Which is strange.
It is.
But hot shelter's a pretty decent level for Amy, I'd say.
I think it's a decent level for Amy and Gamma.
Yeah, I prefer it for Gamma. It's probably my favorite Gamma level, actually.
It has one of my favorite set pieces in the game, too.
Mm-hmm.
Where you're on the train.
Yep. So here's the thing with Amy's gameplay. Kind of the missed potential there is... Like, the idea is that Amy's being chased by this big, unstoppable nemesis-like character. Which is scary, and... You know, that kind of relates to her character development in her story, where she's kind of going from being infatuated with Sonic and needing to be rescued by her, to kind of coming into her own, you know, as a character, becoming a hero in her own right, which kind of leads into Sonic Heroes, which is great in terms of development. Like, it's nice that, you know, like, compared, Sonic doesn't really develop as a character in his story. It's basically just stop Dr. Eggman and kill Chaos or whatever. Tails has an arc, Knuckles doesn't really have an arc, and then Big sure as hell doesn't. He doesn't learn anything, or he's just supposed to be the joke character, I think, is what they were going for. Mm-hmm. But Amy, you know, she has a nice story where she grows, which I can appreciate, even if the presentation, you know, doesn't make it as satisfying as it should be. But in terms of her gameplay, like I said, on Dreamcast she controls fine. I really like that hammer vault move. It's really satisfying to pull off.
She could do it in the advanced games too.
Yeah. And so that's fun, but it's just like in terms of the whole Zero component, Zero is not that interesting, or how do I put this? He's too incompetent to be threatening. And they don't use him as well as they should have, I think, is the thing. Because you compare him to... Like, this section is probably one of the better Zero sections right here, because there's, like, this wall here. You gotta climb up the stairwell. And then you go through it, and then, I don't know, suddenly Zero's there, and he's chasing you, and oh my god, that's scary. Oh my god! That came out of nowhere. But the problem is that, even though you can't kill Zero... So that's supposed to make him feel like unstoppable and scary, right? Even though you can't kill him, it's so easy to knock him out. Well, because all you have to do is hit him with your hammer, and then he'll stop chasing you for a little bit.
Well, you can only knock him out a certain amount of times, and he becomes impervious to it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that shows you. I didn't know that, and I've played this game many, many times.
Well, I didn't know that Dr. Eggman had a bedroom on the egg carrier.
Well, for some reason, Eggman built a bathroom so that his robots can poop.
Well, you know, why not? Sometimes they get like a little oil leakage.
Yeah, but that feel like you should take it to the repair bay if something like that happens, you know. I don't know what kind of organic guests Eggman was expecting to entertain on his egg carrier that would require a bathroom. But that is kind of a fun little area to walk around in, I guess.
So do both bathrooms have urinals?
Yes.
Huh. That's
actually, no. I don't think that second bathroom had urinals.
Okay.
It was just stalls. So I guess that was the women's restroom.
Possible.
All right.
We're in a clock tower from Castlevania right now.
So the reason why I'd say this is Amy's best level is that it has the most puzzle elements to it. And this is something I think they should have beefed up for her levels. Since her gameplay is less focused on going fast and more on like her hammer and avoiding Zero, I think what they should have done is have more kind of intricate puzzles to solve that you have to solve while Zero is chasing you. And there is one part of the stage later on that kind of shows what that would have looked like. But as is, Amy only has 3 stages, and this stage right here is the only one to really have those kinds of puzzle elements at all, let alone have Zero chasing you during them. Like, I think after this room, we're gonna go to a room with like a big screen, a big monitor.
Yeah.
And during that, you have to take these 4 cubes and put them in the slot. And, you know, that's just kind of a way to introduce that what these cubes do, that's what you're supposed to do with them without Zero being on your ass the whole time. And then later on in the stage, they bring back a similar set piece where you have to put those cubes in the ground while Zero is chasing you. And I feel like they should have had more stuff like that. Like, perhaps you have to rotate a bunch of these switches to get a couple platforms to raise so you can jump out of the room while Zero is going after you. But as is, whenever Zero would pose the most threat, whenever he would be the most relevant in terms of the gameplay, he always seems to just disappear.
Oh, this room, yep.
Yeah, so Zero will not show up during this room. So this is just to introduce, this is what you're supposed to do with the cubes. So that, you know, it's kind of like that Mega Man 5 kind of game design, where it's just like, we show you what this kind of platform does, just so that you know what it does. Then later on, we'll start throwing enemies at you while you're on the platform. That kind of progression of difficulty, which is fine. And then there'll be a second version of this set piece where Zero will be chasing you while you're putting the cubes in the ground.
Hi!
So that is kind of a cool little set piece. But look at that. That's all it takes to get Zero off your back, and it's just...
It is cool, but again, man, when I was a kid, oof, that freaked me out.
Yeah, because, you know, like, as a kid, I could understand that, because I felt the same way. By the way, Amy can't jump high enough to grab that ladder, so you have to hammer vault up to it. But you have to get a nice running start to do it, and in the time it takes you to actually get up there, you might as well just go one of the 2 other ways, so I don't know why they put this here.
You know, I don't think I ever climbed this ladder, though. Is this supposed to be like a shortcut? Yes, it is.
No, It's not a shortcut, it's faster to just go up that ramp.
Yeah. A diversion, rather.
I don't know, maybe they just felt like, we bothered programming ladder climbing physics onto Amy, we might as well have a ladder for her to climb.
So who's the slowest climber in this game? It's either Gamma or Amy. I think it's Amy.
And I would... There's like a part where I have to climb the ladder out of the Mystic Jungle, and it takes her
As
like
Amy.
ages.
Yeah. Ages? Ages?
Yeah.
Sega!
Oh my god!
It's backwards! It's all connected!
By the way, huge frame drop just now.
Yeah. I saw it.
Oh yeah. Look at that geometry phasing in and out in the background.
It's art.
Yep.
It's just
it's
a result of
jank.
It's a result of having universes inside every pixel. That's how dense it is.
You can only
Michael.
load so many of those universes at once.
The Dreamcast was ahead of its time. You know, actually,
a dimensional gateway.
Actually, it kind of was. It was like the first console to have like online gaming.
Yeah.
PSO, man. PSO. Still waiting for Phantasy Star Online 2 to come to the fucking West, by the way.
Yeah, but it's just kind of like... there's SA1, there's SA2, there's that Space Channel 5 Part 2 game, there's Crazy Taxi, there's Jet Set Radio. I'm free! What else is there on
Skies of Arcadia.
Dreamcast? That has a GameCube version.
As does Sonic Adventure 1 and 2.
Yeah, which is... And I'm pretty sure there's a PC version of Jet Set Radio as well.
I think so, yeah.
Who knows how good the port is, but it's just like the
also,
point
Space
is
Channel 5
that,
was ported to the 360 and PS3.
Yeah, so it's like all the best Dreamcast games that would warrant picking up the system have been ported to other systems.
And Shenmue is being ported later this year.
Yeah, it's getting an HD treatment. I don't know if they're just going to up-res it or if they're actually going to fully remake it or what they're going to do, but...
I think it's just an up-res.
Okay.
You know, widescreen support, better lighting, and there's an option to have Japanese or English audio.
Okay. So I don't know why they drop Amy off at the pyramid area, because you just immediately go this way.
That is weird.
So I don't know what they were thinking with that.
What were they thinking?
I'm so pissed off.
That was your cameo for the whiny bitch gamer.
Yeah. So by this point in the playthrough here, we've kind of picked up on bits and pieces of Tikal and what her story is. She's like, basically, I don't know if the idea is that she's supposed to be communicating to the player, or if she was trying to gather these 6 heroes to help her out, or what the deal was. But we've pretty much learned by this point that the Chow, who are in the Chow Garden in this game as well, so we know that they still exist during Sonic. Oh, she just dry humped that Chow.
She hopped! It was a little hop. She didn't hump it. Now who's the one with the dirty mind?
It looks suspiciously like a dry hump.
We're gonna have to censor that. We're gonna have to bleep that out. Oh, there he is! There's chaos!
Yep, so from what we've seen so far, we can conclude that Chaos is the guardian of the Chow and lives near the Master Emerald Shrine, and the Knuckles clan, who both Knuckles and Tikal hail from, want to seize control of the Master Emerald to destroy their neighboring tribes.
Yeah.
And we've seen from other cutscenes that ended up with the shrine going up in flames and lots of people dying.
Also, to add a bit of thing to what you were saying, what's Chow pluralized?
Oh my god!
Mm-hmm.
I'll bet in Japanese they're called cow. There's something like that.
Enlighten me.
I'm sure someone in the comments will know. And speaking of which, if you play this game with the Japanese dialogue, then Sonic's Japanese voice actor will just say random phrases in English.
Piece of cake!
Yeah. Because apparently the voice actor is an English teacher.
Yeah.
So
he's been voicing Sonic ever since this game, too.
Yeah.
And I think Lost World was the last game that Dr. Robotnik, or the Japanese actor for Robotnik, voiced him in until he passed away.
Yeah, he actually passed away around the same time that Leonard Nimoy passed away, and they were the English and Japanese voice for Master Xehanort.
Yes! Yes! That is correct.
So that was kind of a strange coincidence.
I've got better things to do!
Yeah. It's kind of funny to watch. By the way, this is the second time we're watching this cutscene, and it won't be the last.
We're almost at... Oh, we're about halfway done. I like this song. Peace! I like this piece. I know someone's gonna...
sheet music.
Someone's gonna castrate me in the comment section. It's like, Ryan, did you say song? It's clearly a piece!
Amy?
You know who you are.
Yeah.
Does he watch the playthroughs?
I don't know.
We should ask him that.
But he has eyes everywhere.
He does!
You don't need to hurt him, okay?
I'll get a notification from him at 3 o'clock in the morning and be like, Ryan...
You know, it's like while we're recording this, you get a notification from him.
Ryan,
I don't appreciate what
I heard that you're making fun of me. I'll make those calls. Beep, boop, boop, beep. Say goodbye to your family.
I've tapped into your microphone on your PC.
I've called the Pentagon. They're on their way to lock you up. They're gonna put you 6 feet under. Say goodbye to your family.
What about you?
And only a select few people who might watch this will get what I'm talking about. But that's okay.
I knew you would save me, Sonic. You're my hero.
So this is... You can see kind of two pieces. What the hell is going on with him? Sex servos online.
Free yourself. Come on.
Do you want a piece of me? This plate in front of my body is covering my sex routine.
You know, you're saying all of that, and Amy also said, free yourself.
What is the deal with that metal plate? in front of where his genitals would be. What is the deal with that?
It's for when he gets hungry, he can just like pop it open and it's a makeshift food tray.
I see. That's a more reasonable explanation than I could have come up with.
Oh, I love this not this cutscene, but the next cutscene that's coming up. Well, no, this one's funny too, because there they go!
Yeah. They just take the same MPEG FMV and then stuck Tails and Amy over it.
See, this
is why you shouldn't pre-render things, people.
This cutscene right here is one of my favorites, and it kind of spoils Tails' cutscene too, right? Okay, so we got Tails, we got Amy, we got the bird. They're landing in Station Square. All is safe and sound. Here, we see Amy and Tails peacefully part ways. Tails is thinking to himself, oh hey, I wonder what happened to Sonic. And then all of a sudden, there's a giant fucking nuke in the background. Everyone is screaming bloody murder. And then Amy's just here, oh, Sonic. Like there's a nuke being fired at them right now. And she's not even noticing it.
No wonder they were after you.
So this is kind of like the pivotal moment where in terms of Amy's character arc in this game, where she kind of goes from, I'm gonna let Sonic save me all the time to, you know what, I'm gonna do something for someone else.
Yeah.
And come into my own. And that's pushable. This is probably, in terms of the character development stuff in Sonic Adventure, this is probably one of the moments that rings through better.
And this is also the part where Eggman goes, oh, it was a dud!
That robot said Dr. Eggman's
And then he decides to detonate it manually, which is a horrible idea.
IQ 300 my ass.
He detonates it, and then Tails somehow thinks he can stop it by getting to it first and winning a race.
I mean, clearly it worked, so hey.
Yeah, we'll find out more about that later. But 7 straight minutes of non-stop cutscenes, no gameplay.
It was fun though, wasn't it?
It was actually so boring that I think I died.
So, how are you talking to me right now?
I think I watched Infinity War during that 7 minutes.
Oh. You finished watching Infinity War 3 times, and you watched the cutscenes for Recoded. In 7 minutes.
Recoded's cutscenes add up to even more than Infinity War.
Good fucking
That's like
Lord.
even more boring. How would you like to be Haley Joel Osment in the recording booth for that game?
I would be very confused.
Then again, apparently Haley Joel Osment's a crazy person who threw a tantrum in an airport recently.
What? What? Oh, that would be good. What happened?
I don't know, it's like apparently he missed his flight, and he threw a tantrum, and so they had to call the police, but by the time the police got there, he was gone.
What?
And I actually saw him in an episode of X-Files recently, like it was just on TV and my folks were watching it.
Really?
And he was in there playing a character, and he was actually really good in it. He's like not a bad actor at all. He played the part he was meant to play perfectly. So it kind of sucks that he doesn't get more work recently and that he's just known as the kid from Sixth Sense.
Or he's known as Sora.
Yeah. Well, that's more like something that you and I and probably big fans of that series would know, but...
Yeah.
Well, when my dad saw him on the show, he's just like, my god, he hasn't aged well.
Yeah.
That's all he could say, but... He looks like a normal human being, it's just...
Can't say the same for Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah. I mean, he just looks like yeah, you can see it, the pausing there. You can guess what I was doing during that cutscene.
You were peeing!
No.
Oh.
I was mashing the start button.
Oh.
Because the cutscenes in this game are... Because we really needed a cutscene with a bunch of pauses between lines for Amy to tell us that she found Eggman's base. And when you can tell that from the big Eggman symbol on the door, it's just... God.
I'd like to think you were
That's-
peeing. Like how you were with Knuckles.